All right. Two inmates form a connection while grappling with their past in a state of the art penitentiary run by a brilliant visionary who experiments on his subjects with mind altering drugs. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the summary for Spiderhead, which is on Netflix, one of their newest movies. But we're going to do it like we do it every single time. Jason, what is your one sentence review of Spiderhead?
I'm just here for Journey Smollett.
If it's any other reason to be here for, that's a great one. My one sentence review for Spiderhead is I thought we already had a drug that would make you see beautiful things, fuck the hell out of people, and be controlled. I thought it was called cocaine. My one sentence review for that. Before we jump into our full-on reviews, let's go ahead and take an ad break. Insert ads here. We will talk about Nerd Focus. One of the biggest problems that we weren't around is because I drank all my Nerd Focus. I was out. I was lethargic. I was tired. I couldn't focus, man. So if you want to keep us making these things regularly, we got to keep us focused. And how you keep us focused is by you buying some Nerd Focus. The link will be in the description. And then that way, when they give us money, we can give it back to them by buying Nerd Focus.
More Nerd
we stay
Focus.
focused. So it's just a cycle of nerd focusing all the way through the nerd focusing of the most nerd focusing, and we all will be pleased. We all will be focused. We all will have the brain power to give you all what you need and all what you want all the times. I mean, Jason was drinking it, and he may have some prospects for a girlfriend because he was able to talk to girls.
No, I tried. Look, some problems cannot be fixed.
That being said, please go ahead and try some Nerd Focus. The link is in the description. Just in case you need to get your Nerd Focus, we got that here. Scribble all that down and then put it into your browser and go get you a case and then tell us how
or
great
just
it
click
tastes.
On it, copy and paste because it's 2022. Who's got pens?
Yes, because Jason is way more intelligent than I did. I went back to the old school and was like, nope, write that HTTP yes, and get it all down. But yes, click that link or copy and paste it. Buy you a case. Tell us how it tastes. Also, don't forget to check out inyofaceart.com. And then lastly, we do have our book club coming up for Children of Blood and Bone. Go get you a copy. There it goes, creeping into there. Go get your copy, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy that great, masterful work of art. Or not. Well, either way, doesn't affect us one way or another. We just want you to get some good stuff in your brain. All right, let's get on back. Let's get back into the reviews here. I guess I'll start here with Spiderhead.
Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead.
You started the last one. Let's see what I have written here. Spiderhead is a fun little Netflix movie. You know why it's fun? Because nothing really has any consequence in this movie. They finally, near the end, give you an emotional feeling and moment that really did nothing for me because I did not care about any singular character in this movie because it is hard to set a premise with me with people who have murdered people and then go, oh, you should feel bad because they're getting experimented on by this guy. And that does suck. But you murdered somebody and you could be in population getting your butthole murdered by another guy. So I don't feel bad that he's experimenting on you for stuff that you brought it. Like you signed on for this. You wanted to do this. The only tension I felt in this movie was when he had to decide who to give like the stuff to that was going to make him freak out. I was like, oh, that's a little tension here, I feel. But other than that, it wasn't. I mean, no, let me change it. The most suspenseful part of this whole movie was trying to figure out who Shitfingers was. That was the most suspenseful part of this whole movie was. The performances in here are good. Miles Teller, Christian Hemsworth, Mrs. Smollett, because I don't think it's not much for them to do. And so they only had to emote to a certain level to make this movie work because this movie feels very sedated. And I don't know if that was done on purpose because the premise of it is like drugs being given to the inmates to see how it affects and X, Y, and Z. But it felt very sedated, like no highs, no lows. And then when they were going to be emotional moments, they gave them like laughing drugs to play the emotional moment almost non-serious. So I don't. Some part of me must have felt like this was all by design to say, hey, this is what our society's become. We get on these things and these adjectives and we don't live in the moments and we don't like feelings and having emotions are shunned upon, and it's not a good thing. But then I look at the movie and go, hey, it wasn't making that message at all because you didn't need a bunch of murderers if you wanted to make that message. So I don't know what the movie was trying to do or be, except for saying, hey, look at these young, hot, attractive people we put in this one movie, and shush, because Thor's the bad guy. You didn't see that coming.
Oh,
And
he's so nice guy, but he's the bad guy.
Right. I just don't know what I was supposed to be here for. Was it supposed to be a message about Big Pharma? If it was, it went over my head. I didn't get that. Um, the saddest part about this whole movie is that this is how real rehabilitation in prison should probably be. You probably should have smaller areas where people have their own rooms where they come up and they just work their lifestyle as a community. So they rehabilitate themselves by saying, "Oh yes, when I was in jail, I did custodial work, I cooked, I cleaned, like I did things that contributed to the society we lived in because that's how maybe we rehabilitate people. You don't lock them in like kennels and say you did a bad thing, so sit in this with 3 other guys in a space this big, and you figure out how you're going to get out here and live the rest of your life.
Don't be bad when you come out, or else you're going to come right back. Like, no.
Right. Like maybe that was a better. That's the only thing I thought was like this is a better alternative to our real prison system and issue to get these people like places where they can feel comfortable enough to learn how to not do the bad thing again and don't have to worry about ever coming back. But instead, it's just a fantasy world where you got to be doing dirty deeds to be able to have some situation like that. And yeah, again, and maybe I was just too in my head for it, but I don't know who this is for except for Chris Hemsworth fans, and he keeps the shirt on. So guys, well, I guess that one part he doesn't, but it isn't like something you could think glamorized. It was just they're looking at his back. So
all the Miles Teller fans out there.
Yeah, you're right. And only thing I think about the end was, oh, it's the bad Mr. Fantastic fighting Thor. Who's going to win this? That's the only thing that maybe brought me any joy for one brief moment was to think that could have actually happened on screen at one point of our lives. It still can, but this wasn't it. So yeah, I got nothing else for Spiderhead, man. I know, Jason. How do you feel?
It's always you always got to take a movie with like big name stars, but it's coming out on Netflix with a grain of salt. Like, oh, they must have made this for because they got to buy a house or something like that, but it wasn't good enough for them to put in the theaters. Because I mean, this is one of those movies. It's like I don't understand. Like, this could have been anybody else, and it probably would have been better if it wasn't Chris Hemsworth or Miles Teller and Journey Smollett. If they would just put just random no names people, I would be like, oh, this is like an intriguing little indie movie. But no, this is a major motion picture studio movie that just it kind of falls flat because like even though they're in prison and you're expecting them to be like like there's supposed to be like some sort of twist there like they're horrible people but they're being mind controlled or something like that, but like Miles Teller's crime was like he got drunk and his friends died. Like he's not a fucking mass murderer. He feels badly for that. Like he did that. That's a mistake. I mean, is it shitty? And of course he's to blame for it. And it's even with Journey Smollett. Like both of their crimes, as bad as they were, it wasn't like they were bad people committing bad things. They were just people, right? So it's like I was expecting there to be like, oh no, y'all are fucking terrible human beings, and we've changed you or something like that. Or something along those lines. But nope, there's nothing there. The whole thing that they were just being mind controlled was like they seem like they aren't being mind controlled. You should probably, go back on your formulas and shit. Because they even try to make it seem like they were being mind controlled, but they weren't. It's like y'all were still fine. Like either way. But like the thing is the performances aren't very bad. Miles Teller, Chris Hemsworth looks like he's having a lot of fun. He seems like he's enjoying himself. It seems like they just like, oh, we can get paid to go on vacation to this nice ass island, and maybe do like a couple of days of work, and then we can just hang out and drink beers for the rest of the time. So that's probably why they made this movie. But it's like there's not enough there to really like go, oh wow, that's a really interesting concept, or oh wow, that's a really cool twist, or oh wow, that was super interesting the way they did this or that. Because it's just all like it's not bad. It's just So I was
Right.
really only in this for Journey Smollett. She could be in a paper bag just yelling at me for like 15 hours, and I was still probably like, "This is the best movie ever." So, so that's why I'm here. Yeah, and like, even if you were to say like that style of like, I would tell if I were in prison and my choice was to maybe take this shitty ass drug every once in a while that made me go a little bit crazy, like in a controlled atmosphere. But the rest of the time, I'm fucking and eating good food and having a nice, sort of like day. I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
100%. 100%.
it's like I'm not even questioning it. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta choose which one of these people like that I don't like who gets this bad drug. Boop. Can I stay? Boop, boop.
Give him the max.
Yeah. Turn that sucker over to 100. I don't even give a fuck. Are we having steak tonight? Is that what's that? That's what I smell. So I like, yeah.
Right.
It's just a mad movie. It's a reason why it's on Netflix. Hopefully Netflix makes $1 million, but and bring their prices down. It's not worth $20 a month for these movies now.
No. And just for people like, just because I know we didn't really talk about all the intricacies of the movie. Yes, we understand that they were trying to make them simulate feelings to then see if the mind control could override the feelings of love. We get it. It just wasn't
Yeah,
well done or good in the sense of how they were
no,
doing it. And the
it
last
didn't
beef I
go
have is
far enough.
right. And the last beef is don't show me a dude going through a windshield and then him getting the fuck back up. But then also it looks terrible, and you repeatedly show it so we can keep seeing how bad that the windshield crash. Like I don't know, maybe it's just me because I'm a horror guy. So when I saw it, I'm like, oh, that dude dead. That joker popped back up, and I was like, what?
He's like, oh,
What?
alien inconvenience. How all y'all dead? He ain't. Y'all wear y'all
Right.
seatbelts.
Right. That's the real sin. That's the real sin that he lived. Maybe that's why even in part of me was like, oh, well, maybe this is like the afterlife, and they're like in hell. Like I really thought that at a point. I'm like, oh, that would
Nope.
be an awesome, crazy thing, because like obviously the way he fell through that windshield and rolled over 20 times, he had to be dead.
And
But
popped right on up,
nope.
and pulled his buddy out, and didn't pull his girlfriend out.
Then got the Tom Cruise treatment with explosion in his face, and was like, oh yeah, I'm still fine now.
Good, fine, completely okay. Not even a scratch.
Maybe I'll call it the Batman thing now, because that's probably more relatable. The Batman getting bombs in his face.
Get a
and he's like,
bomb
oh,
in
yeah,
his
I'm
face,
cool.
falling off a fucking building, hitting a truck, and he's like, all in a day's work.
Yeah, put some icy hot on it. Well, Jason, what is your review? What is your rating for Spiderhead?
I'm gonna give it a 3, and I'm giving 2 additional points for Journey Smollett.
Got it. So really a 1. I'm giving it a 2. I didn't. Mrs. Smollett did not make my list for the reasons why. I just think, like I said, there's some people are going to enjoy it because it's very easy to digest. I just don't think it's anything special at all.
This,
which is fine.
I would not have paid to see this in the movie theater.
No.
I would have been mad.
Oh yeah, if we went to the movie theaters, I probably would have gave it way less than that. Yes. Thank you guys for joining us for the N-Word for Nerd podcast. It's always a pleasure, as always, to have you listen, view with us, watch with us, chill with us, kick it with us. However you consume our content, we enjoy it. Please don't forget about our sponsors again. In Yo Face Art, like yo, YO, in yo face art.com.
Not in your face.
Yeah.
AAVE people. AAVE.
Yeah. Yo, in yo face. And don't forget to pick up some Nerd Focus. Again, the link down there, as Jason says, you can copy and paste that into your browser, pick you up a case, tell us how it tastes. And then, every 10% of whatever you buy goes directly to us. So it's a great way to help us eat a little bit more. Jason's still trying to buy his mansion and his castle so he can be called a lord. So while we're working on that, so we need your help for that. And if you could help us by doing that, that'd be great. And you get something out of it too. You get to drink an energy drink that isn't as bad as Monster and all the other ones that jack you up and have you slap people. So,
and if you buy enough of it, maybe I might invite you to my castle. I probably will. I'm very introverted. I don't like meeting new people.
Also, don't forget on July 9th, we are doing our Anywhere for Nerd book club. We are going to be reviewing The Children of Blood and Bone. Gonna be that close up there. So get your copy. Get it Amazon, all bookstores, Barnes and Nobles, whatever you got, you go. We got it. They got it. They got it. They
Your
got it.
local public library that's still available,
Yes.
apparently.
Yep. Again, my aunt got it at her local library, got the digital copy and everything, and she's been reading it and she's been sending me little blurbs about it. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, so July 9th at 8 p.m. we will be live on my YouTube, on our YouTube station, Head Cannon Circus, on Jason's Facebook under Jason, and then under Head Cannon Circus
Jason
on
Ade
Facebook
Baker.
as well. So we'll be there, we'll be everywhere so that you can review that book with us. Other than that, Jason, that's all I got this week. You got any nice, kind words for everybody?
Oh yeah, just be kind, be considerate, and tip your servers and bartenders at least 20%, if not more, if you can afford it. And happy Juneteenth, because my ancestors weren't free when they wrote the fucking Declaration of Independence, and those guys are like, "Oh yeah, this isn't irony at all," and went on with their business.